Good morning, you guys. So I know I haven't been posting on YouTube at all. I actually have been like really busy with my whole pregnancy. So I did at the beginning wanted to capture everything within my pregnancy and keep you guys updated on how everything's going. But it's not like I didn't want to, it's just that I haven't been. I did try to vlog certain things, but it's just doesn't always come out. It's also been hard since we're always busy with doctor appointments. So I'm currently now 17 weeks pregnant and I am in my second trimester. During the first trimester, it was a very complicated thing. I kept going to the ER very oftenly. I would just keep bleeding and not cramping, but I will definitely be spotting and discharging to the point where I always needed to get checked. At the beginning, they did tell me that most likely the baby was not developing, so the embryo was not developing, and it seemed like I was going to have a miscarriage again, but that didn't happen. This was a total different case. It's just that I guess I ovulated maybe later, and I had to keep going to the ER every 2 to 3 days to keep checking my HCG levels and to make sure that the baby's actually growing. So we were able to go through all that, and not only that, but they actually found out that I also had a cyst. So I have a cyst of 2 to 3 centimeters, which they told me it's often common in pregnancies. So far as of right now, I still have it. It hasn't disappeared. I don't know if it will grow or if it will stay the same until I deliver. As for hemorrhage, I do have another hemorrhage in this pregnancy. That as well will not go away until I deliver and take everything out. Right now they also have me on so I'm not as much as a high risk as how I was anymore, but I am getting checked for my second screening testing for the baby next week, and I believe the following week I'll be getting checked in the ultrasound and blood work. But for the first screening, everything seemed to have been to be clear. It seemed to be clear. So for the first screening, everything seems to look okay. So far as for any chromosome abnormality, it seems to have been cleared. It doesn't show that there's any chromosome abnormality so far, so like any Down syndrome stuff. I did ask if that nipped blood work, because they did a nip blood work. Basically that's a blood work that they take out in order to check chromosomes. So they checked that and it came out negative. Nothing shows up, and they told me that it basically would have ruled out Turner syndrome. So no Turner syndrome as of right now, or any syndrome that we might know of. And for the ultrasound, everything seems to be okay. Measurements, the only thing is obviously just the cyst and the hemorrhage are still there. This was at my 12-week ultrasound, I believe. Yeah. So the next one will be the spine, which is the second screening, and more blood work. So we're about to see if they find anything else. So far, I'm getting ruled out of high risk from that category. I am in high risk for preterm delivery now. Based on my past history on delivering my baby, my son, I delivered him at 36 weeks. So they think that I have a risk of having a preterm labor again. So they have me on Makina shots. So basically it's like progesterone shots where they try to prevent you from actually delivering your child earlier than the 40 weeks. So I do get weekly shots. I have to be weekly visiting the doctor's office. Not only that, but I also have appointments for genetic counselings, for obviously the whole ultrasounds that they keep me constantly checking on. And then they also have, I'm going to start therapy sessions. I still have to go for my assessment. So I mean, I'm pretty much like busy on my doctor and pregnancy appointments, but it's just to basically keep an eye on to see that this pregnancy goes well. So I'm not as 100% high risk. I'm just a 50% so far as I can estimate, since we still have to do second screening. And I mean, based on how they're talking to me, it looks like I'm heading towards not being a high risk anymore, because they're already talking about what hospital I might be delivering at, and based on the hospital, they take in non-high risk patients. So basically I'm in that category now where they're seeing that I'm most likely to be delivering at that hospital. So praying to God that everything goes well with this baby. And I'm often checking if there's a heartbeat. But I wanted to show you guys, since I haven't been updating you guys. Basically, this is my 17 weeks. I really can't show you guys standing since I'm in the car waiting for my husband, but I can probably just film you guys. Can film of my belly once I get home standing. But this is my belly at 17 weeks, and I will be doing first trimester symptoms and everything, since I did want to capture my symptoms and everything that I have felt with my vloggings. But I did start, it's just I didn't get the chance to ever continue it. So I'm just going to do a whole first trimester and then do like weeklies, or bi-weeklies or monthlies, not sure yet. But if I don't do like weeklies updates, I will do trimester updates. So I'm not sure yet, but I am planning to come back with vlogging and start my YouTube again. But I mean, the whole experience on this pregnancy has been scary. It's been a lot of testing and a lot of worriness, but at the end of the day, we have to keep pushing and kind of like not think negative, because this is like a real stress thing. Let me actually show you guys an ultrasound. So this is a baby. It's a baby girl. So we're having another girl. It's been confirmed through the blood work and ultrasound. Let me see if I find an ultrasound here. The 3 parts. This is a girl. It's a baby again. So far she's looking good. And yeah, we are taking it day by day. We have bought her some little outfits already, and at first I didn't want to buy her outfits yet, because I'm just afraid again. But I mean, so far it's looking good and everything. So my husband and I were like, why not? Why not start since I'm almost halfway there? But my last date from Elena's pregnancy is coming up. I lost her at 18 weeks and 3 days. I am 17 weeks right now and 3 days. So in about a week, I am reaching to my lost date, which is the day that I'm kind of afraid of, because it's just fear, and that I have to go through it again. And then in a week, at 18 weeks and 2 days, I do have the ultrasound for screening, for the second screening testing ultrasound. And I'm just kind of like nervous because when I was 18 weeks and 3 days from Elena, I actually had a amniocentesis appointment. So they had to do an ultrasound before the procedure. And in that ultrasound is when they told us that Elena didn't have a heartbeat. So you know how next week I have an ultrasound appointment, 18 weeks and 2 days. I'm kind of afraid that the story can be told again. And the thing is that this case is different though. With this case is that this baby is still developing good. Nothing has shown. With Elena, it was the opposite. Everything was showing already. We already knew there was a lot of complications going on. But this baby is good, and we're just praying that we get out of that appointment good and with good news, because I don't know how to act at that moment if something would happen. But so far so good, and I promise to keep you guys updated and have you guys and vlog for you guys on weekly. Trying to post back to 2 times a week. I don't promise 3 times a week because I don't think I'll be able to, but I think I am able to for 2 times a week. Okay, so I'll keep you guys updated as I go. Toodles!